everyone, Miss Chika here and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I am going to discuss about figures of speech. But before we proceed to the topic, please don't forget to subscribe as well as to like this video. Click that notification bell as well so you will be notified every time I upload a video, and comment down below. Here are the following subtopics for today's lesson. First, I will give a brief definition of figures of speech. Then, it will be followed by the 26 figures of speech, such as the following: simile, metaphor, understatement, personification, apostrophe, antithesis, oxymoron, epigram, pun, climax, anticlimax, transferred epithet, hyperbole, metonymy, synecdoche, a fable, a paradox, euphemism, irony, litotes, alliteration, onomatopoeia, diphemism, epilepsis, antithesis, and a syndeton. Since you clicked this video, here's a virtual prize for you, a smoothie. Thank you very much for clicking this video. Also, comment down below later on what are the following virtual prizes that you have received. Stay tuned! Accordingly, figures of speech is a deviation from the plain and ordinary mode of speaking to produce a greater effect. Simile. A simile compares two different objects resembling each other at least in one point, and it is often introduced by the words such as like or as. Here are some examples. Mary's hair is as black as a charcoal, and Snow White's lips is red like a rose. Metaphor. A metaphor is a form of comparison, but without the use of words such as like or as. Here are some examples. Time is money, and he is an ogre. Also, a metaphor is known as an implied simile. Every simile can be expressed in a metaphor way. The same goes with simile. However, metaphor adds an additional charm or a point of force to the expression. For instance, in simile, his wisdom is like of Solomon's, while in metaphor, he is a Solomon in wisdom. Understatement. An understatement is when something is said to make something appear less important or less serious. Here are some examples. It is just a scratch on your car, and Fabian's feet stings a bit. Personification. The personification gives human qualities to non-living things or ideas. Here are some examples. The bamboo swayed gracefully. The candle cried, and the laughing hyena. For an advanced examples in personification, here are the following. Death lays its hands even on kings, and misfortune stared him in the face. Apostrophe. It is a special form of personification in which the speaker addresses an inanimate thing, an abstract idea, or a dead person as if he were living. Also, it is represented by an exclamation mark. Example number 1. Oh, liberty, what crimes have been committed in thy name? This is from Madame Roland. Example number 2. Milton, thou shouldst be living at this hour. This is from Wordsworth. Example number 3. Oh, wind, if winter comes, can spring be far behind? This is from Shelley. Before I proceed to the next subtopic, please subscribe to this channel once again, like this video, as well as share this content with your friends, so it will also help the other learners out there. Stay tuned! Wow, you're still here. Therefore, here's a bouquet of flowers for you. Now, let's proceed to the other subtopics that I've prepared. Antithesis. This figure of speech is a simple contrast. Here, a statement is made emphatic by a striking contrast of words or ideas. In other words, it is the setting of one thing against another. Here are some examples. United we stand, divided we fall. And God made the country, man made the town. Also, to err is human, to forgive is divine. Lastly, man proposes, God disposes. Oxymoron. This is a special form of antithesis and brings together two or more words in a phrase with opposite or conflicting meanings. Here are some examples. An open secret. A wise fool. An honorable thief. An honest rogue. A loud silence. And pretty ugly. Clearly misunderstood. Jumbo shrimp. Fully empty are other examples of oxymoron. Epigram. It is a compressed antithesis and joins words or terms which apparently contradict each other. Here are some examples. The child is the father of man, and art lies in concealing art. Pun. It is a play on the meaning of a word, and it is used in such a way that it is capable of more than one meaning, such as the following. A woman powders the face, while a soldier faces the powder. A teacher trains the mind. A driver minds the train. In addition, puns are considered a wordplay on different senses of the same word, and sometimes on the similar sense or sound of different words. Here are other examples. The life of a patient of hypertension is always at stake. And a bicycle cannot stand on its own because it is too tired. Climax. In climax, a series of ideas or expressions that are arranged in an order of increasing importance. Some examples are given here, like he begs, he lies, he steals, he kills for wealth, and She dreamt of having a maid, a car, and a house. Anticlimax. It is the opposite of climax. It ascends from higher to lower series of importance. Here are some examples. He kills for wealth, he steals, he lies, he begs. And she dreamt of having a house, a car, and a maid. Transferred epithet. When a qualifying adjective is shifted from one word to another, the figure of speech is called transferred epithet, such as the following. I lay all night on my sleepless pillow. The traveler homeward plods his weary way. Hyperbole. It is an exaggerated statement of the truth for the sake of effect and emphasis. Hence, hyperbole is also called as exaggeration. For instances, she ran faster than the speed of light. He drank the whole sea. She is older than dirt. And all the water of the river cannot quench his thirst. Lastly, I have told you 100 times. Metonymy. It is the substitution of the name of an attribute for that of the thing. A metonymy may result from the use of the following. The first one is the sign for the person or thing, symbolized such as the following examples. Let the chair speak. The word chair here is referring to the chairman. And from the cradle to the grave. The word cradle here is referring to the childhood of a person, while the term grave is referring to death. Next, the instrument for agent, such as the pen is mightier than the sword. The word pen here is referring to a man of caliber, while the word sword here is referring to the man of physical strength. The cause for the effect and vice versa is followed. Here are some examples. Gray hairs should be respectful. The gray hairs here is referring to the old individuals, while respectful is referring to the effect for the cause. Next is, yet oft a sorrow prevails and sorrows fall. This referring to the cause for effect. In addition, we also have the container for the contained. Here are the following examples. I drink the cup. The cup here is not referring to the material, but to the liquid itself inside the cup. And I am addicted to the bottle. The bottle here is not referring to the physical container, but with the wine. Lastly, the author for his works, such as the following examples. I have read Shelley. If you say that you have read Shelley, you are referring to a work like a book that was authored by Shelley. And I am reading Tagore. Here you are also referring to the works that was being done or written by a person named Tagore. Since you're still here, here's a virtual cherry for you. Comment down below. Next, let's proceed to synecdoche. It is a form of metonymy in which A part is used to refer the whole or the whole is used for the part. Also, the concrete is used for the abstract, the material for the thing of which it is made, the species for genus, or vice versa, and a name of an individual for a whole class. For the part for the whole, here are some examples. There are 40 hands in this firm. These hands are referring to the officials. And if somebody said a fleet of 10 sails reached the harbor, then these 10 sails are being referred to ships. For the whole, for the part, here is an example. I am a poor creature, which refers to a poor man or man. Next is material for the thing made of, like he is worthy of his steel. This steel is referring to the sword. Lastly, the abstract for the concrete and vice versa. Here is an example. Humanity pays homage to the father of the nation. Humanity is referring here to mankind. A fable. A fable is a story conveying a moral and having animals as its characters, such as Aesop's fables. Here are the following famous fables from Aesop, like the tortoise and the hare, the ant and the grasshopper, the lion and the mouse, the fox and the grapes, and the boy who cried wolf. A paradox. It is an apparently a self-contradicting statement, though a well-founded one, such as, there is no one so poor as a wealthy miser. Euphemism. This figure of speech is used when something unpleasant is said in an agreeable way. It is used to avoid giving offense. Here are the following examples. My fish just passed away, to refer that your fish has died. Next, that woman is in terminal illness, to refer that that woman is suffering from cancer. Diphemism. This is the opposite of euphemism. It is the use of disparaging or offensive expressions instead of inoffensive ones. Here are some examples. He called my friend a pig, and nowadays, bitch is already an endearment for friends. Irony. It is also called sarcasm. It is a mode of speech which means the opposite under the guise of a compliment. In other words, there is a contrast between what is being said and what is being meant of a person, or between appearance and reality. Here are the following examples. His argument was as clear as mud. He is too kind to help anybody. And additional examples are the following. He is the most intelligent boy that ever failed in this test. And lastly, he wanted to disgrace his father. This is how he wanted to show his regards to him. Litotes. It consists in the use of a negative before a word to convey a strong affirmative sense. Here are the following examples of litotes. He is not a clever boy. This refers that the boy is dull. Next, our leaders are not ordinary men, which means that our leaders are great. Alliteration. It is the repetition of the same letter or syllable at the beginning or end of two or more words. Here are the following examples. She sells seashells by the seashore. The fair breeze blew, the white foam flew, the furrow followed free. Onomatopoeia. This figure of speech is used in such a way as to make a sound, an echo of a word that sounds like what is being described. The following are the examples. Snakes hiss, bees hum. The ice crackled and growled and roared and howled. Asyndeton. In this figure of speech, there is an elimination or leaving out of conjunctions. The following are the examples. No retreat, no surrender. I came, I played, I won. And today he just sleeps, eats, and drinks. Antithesis. It is to repeat a word or phrase, but with different meaning than in the first case. Here are the following examples. I am not a businessman. I am business, man. And we must indeed all hang together, or not assuredly, we shall all hang separately. Last but not the least is the epilepsis. It is the repetition of the first word of a line, also at the end of it. Here are the following examples of epilepsis. Nothing can be treated out of nothing. And mankind must put an end to war, or war will put an end to mankind. Yay, we're done! Here's a brown cute teddy bear for patiently watching this video. That would be all. Sayonara!